Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Tom Fernandez here, coming to you live from Chicago, Illinois. And today, guys, I want to talk about a touchy subject. And the reason being is, I see so many people in the network marketing, multi-level marketing profession, and many of them are not making money. And the scary part about it is some of these people have been in the same business, same company for many years. It's not like they just, joined a company and they're not making money because they're brand new and getting things rolling. Some of these people have been here 1, 2, 3 years and they haven't profited anything at all. Now, don't get me wrong. I know that there's a demographic of people who just join, become a distributor just for the discounts of their products. But there's a huge percentage of people who actually join to make money and they don't. And the sad part is they continue over and over and over again, promoting and growing this company. And then they keep getting blamed for not making money. You get, they have their uplines or they have their people in their company saying, well, it's your fault because, you're not working hard enough. You're not doing this. And don't get me wrong. I definitely agree that if you're going to do anything in life, you have to work your butt off. You have to make sure that, you're growing your business every day, that you're doing money-making activities. But here's 3 reasons why I found people don't make money in these types of companies and what you can do to fix that. So the first one, most of these companies have extremely low profit margins. What I mean by that is even though you're selling a $200-$300 product, you make $20, $30, $40, $50. A lot of these products, and by the way, those are typically the higher tier products of the company. So in order for you to make a decent amount of money, you have to break down the math. So I always tell people, okay, how do you make $5,000 in your company? And the first thing I see is confusion. People are like, well, I got to build a team and I got to do that. No, how do you make $5,000 in your company? And what I do is I do a math with them. I say, take your highest tier product. And they'll do the math and they'll say it's $1,000. And then I'll say, okay, well, how much do you make off of that? And typically they make, $100, $200 off that. So I say, okay, how many clients do you need to sit with to make $5,000? And then they do the math and they're like, okay, 50, 60 clients, right? But what they realize then is I say, okay, now we know what your highest tier product is, but what's your average sold product? And typically it's like a shake, or typically it's like something that's like $100, $200, and they make about 20, 30,000. So then I have them do the math again. Okay, how do you make $5,000 with your average product? And they need 100, 200, 300, clients to be sold. Now I know the philosophy in network marketing is, hey, you got to build a team. And then that team is just going to distribute this small margin profit product everywhere. But that takes time. I was looking at some of the top earners in some companies, and it took them on average 7 years to get to where they wanted to get to build that team. So, the answer to that is if you want to build something where you can recruit and you can bring people on board, then make sure that you have a higher profit margin product. For example, when I got introduced to my industry, I used to do traditional network marketing, product services. I was with different companies. But then when I got introduced to financial services, I remember I got a call from a young lady and she said, hey, the average profit for product is this. And I said, wait, what? Do you mean to tell me off one client I can make, $2,000, $3,000? She said, yes, absolutely. From that point on, and, my first 60 days, I generated $18,000 in revenue in my business because of that. So the whole philosophy is, yes, you want to build something that's bigger than you, but you also want to make sure that you have a high tier product that you have the ability to, to make good profit off of. So what does that look like? If you have a product that has a profitability of $1,000 to $3,000, then 2 to 3 clients a month, you're making full-time income while you're still building your organization, nationwide. So number one is extremely low profit margins. How do you fix that? Find a product that has higher tier products like I did. Number 2, they're taught bad marketing and outdated marketing tactics. If you look at the past, like let's take technology for example. Back in the day, when I was growing up, the cool thing to have was like a beeper. When I was in grammar school, we would take our parents' old beepers that weren't active and we'll act cool, and all the people from the hood who were cool had a beeper, and they had the clear ones and they had the ones where they would flash like a news update on the screen, and the beepers were cool. Now, these devices that we have, they just put beepers to shame because of what they do. They're literally everything in a phone. Well, the same thing has happened in marketing where we used to have these old school tactics, but unfortunately, people are bringing those old school tactics and they're still doing them today. These are tactics that annoy, bother, They turn people off and they don't get you much results. So the beauty of it is you don't have to harass your friends and family anymore. Yes, you want to educate them on what you're doing, because your friends and family can be, they can be sources of referrals, and they can send you clients, but you don't have to harass them. And I used to hate doing that. And I'm not going to lie, it was something I used to do. And then one day I said, you know what, there has to be a better way. So there's better marketing tactics out there where you just educate. Education is the highest form of sales. And then the additional part of that is, if you have a good social media strategy and a mentor that uses social media, that's my criteria. I always ask, and I understand you don't have to use social media to be successful, but my criteria is I'm looking ahead. And I ask my mentors, what's your brand on social media like? And when I see their brand, I'm like, damn, I like that. You're making money in a regular business, but you also have a brand that you're building outside because you foresee where the future is going. And then number 3, they were recruited under the wrong expectations. And I see this a lot, somebody who try to recruit you and they said, oh, you just got to kind of chill and lay back, and, all you got to do is just, kind of post something on your Facebook. Guys, once I transition to this side of business, I call it the real side, and not necessarily the industry. I just mean the tactics. My mentors don't play when it comes to tracking your numbers. How many reach outs did you do? How many calls did you do? How many appointments did you run? It's not this winging an expectation where some people get recruited on, where you just say, yeah, you just got to go out there and you'll make money, and man, you don't got to do much. And unfortunately, it's a bad habit that we see inside of network marketing, where people get recruited under false expectations. It's the number one reason people quit. The number one reason people call it a scam. It's not the industry. The industry just does what it does. It's the people who recruited them. They said, just to get them on board, you don't have to do much. So how do you combat that? Number 1, if you're going to partner up with a company, have your expectation that it's going to take hard work. It's going to take understanding your numbers. Like my mentor says, know your numbers. Hey, what's your conversion ratio? What's this? What's that? If you don't know those things, you're not a real business owner. You're winging it. You're trying to make money. You're trying to get lucky. You're trying to, you're trying to have a lottery ticket mentality. So that's number 1 is the wrong expectation. So and then number 2, if you're a recruiter in the industry, what you have to understand is when you recruit people, I recruit people now with the highest expectation. Listen, you're going to work your butt off, but you're going to be able to do X, Y, and Z by this time. You're not going to get rich overnight. It's going to take you several months. I tell them the average business owner takes 5 years to make a profit back. Now, it's not going to take you that long, but it's going to take you time to develop. It's going to take you time to make profits. It's going to take you time to understand the skills. In the meantime, you're going to make a few bucks here, a few bucks there, 100 here, 500 there, but it's going to take time. So setting the right expectation is huge in this industry, because when people come on board, they already know. By the way, if you are a recruiter in this industry, when you set the right expectation, everything else is easy. Here's what I mean. Let's say you bring somebody on board under these false expectations that all you got to do is this, right? All you got to do is that, and then you'll make a bunch of money. And then when they come on board, they see that that's exactly not what it was. Then what happens is you're met with, you're met with resistance. Oh, you know what? This is not what I expected. This is not what I wanted. And if you're joining a company, understand that if you hear those things, those promises, or you hear certain things in people's language where it's like, yeah, all you got to do is this, and I would back out, because they're setting you up on the wrong expectations. And I'm going to tell you the expectation no matter what company you're with. Number 1 is you're going to have to be, active consistently. If your expectation is to make good money, right? If you want to make an extra $50 a month, $100, you can have low activity expectations. But if you want to have the $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, it's going to take day in, day out. It's going to take consistent activity. Number 2, you're going to have to improve your skills. You're going to have to be able to have the ability to learn how to communicate. I hear these people in MLM and network marketing, they tell people, you don't have to talk to nobody. You don't have to do that. That's necessarily not the case. There's going to be a point in the business where, even with social media, that the trust is going to be built off one-on-one conversations with people. So if you hear those things, don't fall for those expectations, because that's the number 1 reason. So just to summarize, number 1, extremely low profit margins, right? Not only on the biggest product that the company has to offer or package, but even on the average one. So it takes a while to make full-time income. Number 2, they're taught bad and out marketing, marketing tactics. And then number 3, they're recruited under the wrong expectation, meaning they were sold this, but this is what they have to do. So if you like network marketing tips like this, if you're looking to grow your business the proper way, and you want to learn the right marketing tactics, you want to get around the right leaders, you want to get the real information, the information that's uncut, unedited, just real, hey, this is the truth, feel free to join us on our Facebook group. We have a social lead hub for network marketers. What it is, it's just a hub, a place where home business owners, direct sales owners, network marketers can get together and learn how to properly market their business without cold calling, door knocking, any of that old school tactics, and where you can use social media as an endless flow of leads for your business so that you can cash flow consistently. So I appreciate you guys for jumping on. If you like this video, feel free to like, share, hit that share button, comment, would love your feedback. As always, your success is important to me, guys. Peace.